You know, Ric-Hard, I heard they're going to start bringing back some of the released talent.
Really? WWE's going to do that?
Yep.
They're still not bringing back the most important person yet.
Oh, no, come on, man. Who?
I think you know who it is. I'm talking about the one man.
No. Hit the music. And welcome to TFS Pod, otherwise known as the Few Show Podcast. This is 24/7 Lou, and that's...
It's Ric-Hard, baby. What's going on?
Yes, folks. Yes, we're hearing a lot of different news about the old ones coming back. But you know what? It had me thinking. It had me thinking there for a while. You know what? What would it be if we had we compared wrestlers from different eras? So, welcome to TFS Pod. In this episode of the A Show, not like that other show they do on those two other guys, that B Show guys, right? So, in this episode, since we're going to be talking a lot about wrestling history, I thought we'd bring someone special to the table. The guy who's a number one guy from the other universe, TGA, right? The Gamer's Addict. In the A Show in that universe, we have here with us today as a special guest, the One Man Band.
Woo! What's going on? The now uncontested one-man band, by the way.
Yeah, that's for now, okay? Let's take it easy
for now. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
So yes,
he knew I was coming.
Oh, okay.
So you know, when I had been a few times a part of TGA, we had talked, you know, off camera about wrestling stuff, you know, with Ric-Hard, and I was part of it, and other people were part of it, and you know, I noticed that you know a lot about wrestling, right, One Man Band?
Well, I mean, I try. You know, I've been a fan since 1989, and I've always been a fan of the history. I never claimed to know everything because I did have a lapse in wrestling because I went to the Navy for a few years. Okay. So I never really got to, like, from 2003 to 2000 and I would say maybe 9. I didn't really follow as much, and I kind of came back right during the Nexus era.
So, yes.
Yeah. So
you made it just in time for the debut of one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
So yes. So and also and you've been following, you said, wrestling since 1989. You said?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 1989. One of the earliest memories I remember was I used to watch it in one of my great aunt's house. She had one of those old TVs, obviously, and I used to watch Saturday morning Main Event.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like 4 at that time. So I remember Ultimate Warrior was starting to get, well, he was already kind of hot, but he was already the IC guy, and he was getting ready to go into the program with Hulk Hogan. So.
Okay.
I remember. Yeah.
And out of the current product, you watch WWE. You watch what else? What else do you watch?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I've waned a little bit from WWE right after WrestleMania 35. I watch it, but just not as much. But I have been following them as at least in the dirt sheets and watching, you know, what Wrestling with Regret and a couple other podcasts, of course, Cultaholic and What Culture and them. You guys.
Yeah.
And then also,
take that, Cultaholic.
There you go. Like Simon Miller, you got nothing on us. But also, I have a little bit here and there. I did watch TNA up until about Billy Corgan when he left, and then so I know a little bit of their history. And then also, I have been watching. I dabbled a little bit in NWA Power.
Okay.
And yeah, NWA Power is actually a pretty good product if you get it. Like, I don't think they're filming right now, obviously, but it's an interesting product. There's some guys there that you guys would be familiar with that are there right now, and there's some funny stuff going on there. But it's a quality product, man, because Billy Corgan runs that now. So.
Okay. And then you watch AEW as well, right?
I do. I watch AEW.
Oh, okay. And, that's something that I know Ric-Hard does not do.
We got a jack of all trades here. I like it.
Well, you know, everybody says that AEW is WCW 2.0, but I don't agree with that. I understand, you know, what's going on, but they're a lot smarter. At least for now, they're a lot smarter than what WCW was. And I did follow WCW's trajectory quite extensively up until close to the very end. I got tired of the product near the very end.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched AEW.
They haven't hired Vince Russo yet, so they're good.
Oh yeah, well I think he's done. So.
All right, so we bring you on to this segment, which is we're gonna have to do 2 segments on and maybe 3, 4 later on in the future, because this is gonna be a good topic for us to discuss here. It is who is the blank of this era. So what we do is we're gonna go through a list of various wrestlers, and we're gonna compare them from the past to the wrestlers that are active now, or maybe were active recently but are not active now. So it'll get kind of fun. The rules are a little bit flexible there, because we've been going through a lot of things before. We have a chat that we have as a group for all of us wrestling fans.
I think the rule should be they've appeared on WWE television in the last 4 years.
Oh, okay.
Give or take.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
We could work with that. So yeah, we're gonna have 3 singles superstars, 1 woman superstar. Superstars. They're not divas. That's another era. That's what they call them, something else. And we're gonna have one tag team in there. So we're gonna have 5 different names in there. We're gonna go through. So we're gonna start with this. In this segment, let me just give you a little bit of a heads up, everyone. So you're listening here, We're gonna compare this one with Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Piper, Fabulous Moolah, and the Hart Foundation. So let's kick it off right there with who in this era. Oh no, sorry. Who? I messed it up. Who in this era is similar to Hulk Hogan? Who is the blank of Hulk Hogan? Who is the? Oh my God! How am I killing this stuff? Who is the
Hogan of this era?
Yeah, that's it. See how simple it was. Thank you, Ric-Hard, making the save.
That's what I'm here for.
There we go. So I'm gonna pose that question first. I'm gonna start off with our guest just to put him in the hot seat right off the bat. Who is the Hogan?
With a softball.
Yeah. Who is the Hogan of this era?
Since it got opened up to the past couple of years, if they were just on TV on WrestleMania 36. So this one to me is a little bit easier. I'm pretty sure you guys maybe know where I'm gonna go with this one. But to me, I think it's John Cena.
Yeah, that was my pick.
Yeah, I mean. If that's going to be your pick, I can switch. I don't mind.
No.
Okay. No, I'm just saying because I don't mind.
No, we'll disagree on other stuff, I'm sure.
I'm sure. That's cool. But yeah, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, John Cena, of course, 16-time champ. I don't believe he even wanted to go for number 17 because I don't think he wanted to break the record, the official record. But he started out in 2002, Ruthless Aggression era. I mean, it's arguably he probably was the one who started the Ruthless Aggression era. His trajectory just, I mean, yeah, he started out as he technically as a heel, just like Hogan did. Hogan started out as a heel in the AWA, and then he became a mega babyface. Hogan did, and then of course John Cena, became a mega babyface when he won the U.S. title. And, well, even a little bit before that, I think he was already starting his turn. But when he beat Big Show at WrestleMania 20, he became, he just became a meteoric rise to WrestleMania 21 when he beat JBL. And he had that year-long reign, nearly year-long reign. I know Edge beat him in New Year's Revolution 2016. Or 2006, I'm sorry, I'm throwing names out. He would have been an 11-year champ. But yeah, he had that meteoric run, which I know we're never going to see a 4-year run like we did with Hulk Hogan from 84 to 88. We're not going to see that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, yeah. I was amazed that they even do year-long title reigns now.
Oh, but imagine Brock Lesnar like that. Oh, God, no, please.
Well, I mean, hey, it happens. It almost did. I mean, he
almost did, yeah.
Yeah, he went for a little over a year. So, but anyways, I digress from that. You look at the trajectory. I mean, Cena just was. He just went leaps and bounds. I mean, he was the baby face of the 2000s from the Ruthless Aggression era, passed over to the 2010s. And now, even now, I mean, in 2020, he's still around. I mean, yeah, he's a part-timer, but nonetheless, he's still going. The only reason why I don't think the only thing he didn't follow was he didn't turn heel at the rest of his career after that. Reason being, I just found this out recently, and it makes a lot of sense, is because Vince McMahon didn't want to let go of the merch sales for John Cena, because John Cena's merch sales were absolutely astounding.
Yeah, I've
and had he turned him heel, there's a possibility that he would have lost a lot of his revenue from merchandise sales, because Cena was the top guy, the top guy for many years, and that was not, I know they dabbled with it, and they considered turning him heel like around, I want to say maybe 2013. Or honestly, there was little sprinkles of possibility turning him heel, but maybe even into the program going with Bray Wyatt in 2014.
You're thinking maybe the program with Punk where he won Money in the Bank?
Yeah,
I mean, there was a lot of instances.
That's a good one. Thank you. That's a great, that 2011 era, they did kind of tease it a little bit. Yeah, but they never pulled the trigger, and I think now that was probably for the best. Because had they turned him heel, I think it probably would have hurt them in the long run. For the right now, it would have been fine, but in the long term booking of it, I don't think it would have been a smart idea. But that's me. I mean, Cena, multiple championships.
All right.
He, like I said, 16-time champ. He was a 4-time U.S. champ, I believe, maybe even 5. I know Hogan never won a mid-card belt in the WWE. It was always either the tag or the world championship everywhere he went. But yeah, I think he absolutely was the guy that cemented the Hogan era of this generation.
All right, so before we jump on to Ric-Hard,
the only thing I'll add on to that is
Ric-Hard, before you jump onto your commentary, I just want to remind everyone you listen to TFS Pod, the Fuse Show podcast with 24/7 Lou and Ric-Hard, and our special guest today is the One Man Band.
Yeah. Okay. So the only thing I'm going to add to that, because the One Man Band nailed it perfectly.
Yeah.
Is just the whole match style of Cena. If you look at any match between 2005 to roughly 2011, the match style of John Cena almost has the same rhythm that you could have expected from a Hogan match.
Yeah.
Cena comes in House of Fire. Hogan comes in House of Fire. Slowly but surely, the heel does dastardly moves to slow down Cena's momentum. Same thing that they used to do with Hogan. It starts to look like Cena can't win against the odds. Yeah. And then, same way with Hogan. Hogan would do the whole, he'd start shaking, everybody gets on their feet sort of thing. He takes a hit to the face. For some reason, it only invigorates him. He takes another hit to the face, same effect. He gets a third hit, he points at the guy, says, "You," shakes his finger, no, like he's, scolding the guy.
Yeah.
Blocks the next punch, punches him, boot to the face, leg drop. Yeah. With Cena, it's slowly but surely starts to get the momentum. Shoulder tackle.
Yeah.
The guy goes for a clothesline. For some reason, after taking 2 shoulder tackles, even though it's never worked for anybody in the past, they go for a clothesline. Get put in a reverse back suplex. Planted on the ground. 5-knuckle shuffle. AA, which is pretty much, even if you look at the moves, you're looking at a leg drop and a modified fireman's carry. Let's face it, it's a move with added pizzazz, and it works perfectly. And there you go, win.
Yeah, that's spot on.
Yeah,
formula worked. They took what worked and they ran with it with Cena.
Yeah.
In terms of him not turning heel, I think it's still possible now. But he's right. I think them not turning him beforehand was the right call.
Okay.
When you have people buying towels with a catchphrase and then just changing the color and making more sales on it, I think that's a good cash cow to keep. So way to go on that one, Vince.
All right, so let's go. Let's move on to the next one and see if you guys can keep it a little bit short. We get through this list here in this segment.
Oh, this one's gonna be shorter. Don't worry.
All right, I'm gonna go with you, Ric-Hard. I'm gonna ask you, who is the Macho Man of this era?
All right. So this is gonna be a stretch. I know everybody's gonna debate me on this, but hear me out, guys.
Go ahead.
I think it's gonna be Otis from Heavy Machinery.
What?
Whoa.
He has it down packed to even the same catchphrase. And don't tell me you haven't heard Otis go, "Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
in
have.
the ring."
Oh my God!
From the flash to pizzazz, and the fact that he's a heartthrob with a smoking hot female wrestler.
Elizabeth.
There you go. That's my
Mandy
pick.
Rose
There
is
you
the
go. Miss
Elizabeth.
Mandy Rose. There you go. and we wanted it, and we wanted them to get back together at WrestleMania, and sure enough, it happens. There you go. That's my basis for comparison. Debate me.
Wow, left field.
Oh my God! None of.
Oh, wow.
That's really a stretch, man. Come on, man. What about the title reigns? What?
Oh, well, how could you argue that Heavy Machinery is not Mega Powers 2.0?
You saying that Tucker is Hogan? Get out of here with that. Come on, man.
They almost had a breakup because of a woman. Come on, man.
They weren't breaking up.
Yeah, there you go. He was like, "Come on, you gotta let this go." And Otis is like, "I don't know, Tucky.
Yeah.
I don't know,
You know?
man. I need a buzzer. I need a buzzer.
I haven't heard a counter argument. That's all I'm saying.
That is no way.
It's such a stretch, but I mean, I kind of see it in a weird way. I kind of see it.
That's 2 out of 3, Lou.
Oh my
But
God!
In a
weird
way, I see it. But
Leave a comment, folks, if you agree with Ric-Hard in this stretch. That Otis is Otis is the Macho Man of this era.
And if you agree with me, I ask you to do simply one thing in all caps, just write, "Oh yeah." Don't even put any context. Don't even put any context to it. Just that. That's all I need.
All right. Let me ask quickly. The one-man band. Who is the Macho Man of this era?
All right, so that while mine is not nearly as much of a stretch as Otis, although kudos to the points for Mandy Rose because that's a good one. But for me, I mean, this was kind of a stretch for me, but I'm gonna try to make it into some sense. I think to me, the current day Macho Man is Finn Balor.
Ooh,
and
okay.
And here's my reasoning for it. Finn Balor, was super over from the moment he got to NXT. I mean, obviously he had his career path from being the original leader of the Bullet Club, so that's a little bit of a different trajectory. But he came in, I guess if you could say he was a heel, and Macho Man started out as a heel. And as time progressed, Macho Man, he got the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania 3. Arguably one of the greatest matches of all time. Finn Balor came in right into SummerSlam 2016, was picked to be the guy to win the first Universal Championship. Unfortunately, injuries derailed him. And then, he kind of went on the sidelines for a bit. But then, if I think about this, and I say the reason why he's probably the most like Macho Man, because his moveset is very similar. His finisher is off the top rope, just like Macho Man. Mm-hmm. The coup de grace, as opposed to the flying elbow. And if you think about this, near the end of the Macho Man's run in the WWF, he got relegated to the announce table. Now, I'm not saying that Finn Balor being relegated to NXT is a bad thing. On the contrary, I think this is a resurgence of him. But for the time being, he is not, even though it's on the USA Network now, he's not in the national exposure that he was to me while he was on Raw or SmackDown or whatever brand you could think of.
Of course, because Lou, he understands that Raw's the A show. But go on.
Oh my God!
There we go. But if you look at it, Finn Balor now being in NXT is kind of like Macho Man being on the announce table. I feel like now he's getting ready to come back maybe into the main event scene in a little while. I know Finn Balor just got married to a beautiful girl, by the way. He's now, I think this is probably the best thing to happen to him, where he's, probably enjoying some extended time with his wife. But I think when the time is ready, I think he's going to be a player again, and he's going to be maybe in NXT. He'll probably be NXT champion once again. Maybe he'll come back. Maybe go to Raw. And probably compete for the title. Who knows? Or I hope he does have one more major championship run, because I think he deserves it, and I think he's a great style of wrestler. And also, his demon persona, while he's not been using it, but Macho Man, obviously was a persona in himself. So I think that, to me is the only person that I've seen that has somewhat given that same trajectory with a little bit of change, but has kind of followed that projection, whether it be by accident or on purpose.
Yeah. Okay. While those are all great points, I just want to say, out of Lou, out of those two picks, which one do you seem more likely to snap into a Slim Jim? I'm just saying.
Well, on that note, I want to remind you, you're listening to TFS Pod, the Few Show podcast with 24/7 Lou, Ric-Hard, and our special guest is the One Man Band. Guys, I think this thing's going a little bit long, so we're gonna have to come back and continue the rest of our list in our second segment. But didn't you have one last question for me, Ric-Hard?
One last question. Actually, I had a fact that you would like to know.
Oh, no. Here we go.
And it also happens to be about a one-man band of a different nature, but did you know, and this is part of my 1001 Heath Slater fun facts.
Before you go there, folks, we're going to continue. We're going to come back with a second segment of the list that we were going through, which will be in the next one. We're going to talk about Roddy Piper, the Familyless Moolah, and the Hart Foundation. But go ahead with that interesting fact, Ric-Hard.
Yeah, you can't stop the fun, Lou. Fun fact number 10. Heath Slater holds the last pinfall victory over Doink the Clown on WWE television. Fun and true. Honk honk. Can I get an oh yeah? We'll be right back.